Hello again everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Game Time. Today we are going to be going back to Dead by Daylight, and we are going to be doing the Beginner's Survival Guide. So basically what we're going to be telling you today is we're going to be telling you what the basic premise of surviving is, what the objectives are, how to go about achieving those objectives in the safest possible manner, and different play styles that we're going to be covering: immersed and chased. We're going to be covering loops from survivor side. We're going to be giving you a few hints and tips along the way, and we're also going to be running through the first couple of things that you should be doing, in my opinion, as a survivor on Dead by Daylight. So the first thing you will be greeted with when you boot up Dead by Daylight for the first time is this menu, as we all know. And the first thing I would recommend you do, other than running the tutorials, is go straight to options, right down there. And if you scroll down to camera sensitivity, you've got the killer and you've got the survivor sensitivity. Personally, I constantly have those up to 100%, because there will be people that will try and spin really fast. It's dubbed a 360 or a 180, or try and spin around your character, be your survivor or be your killer. This will counter that if you're quick enough. If you've got good reactions and you put the sensitivity up to 100% on both, you'll be able to pull off some pretty decent moves, both sides. So bear that in mind. That is the first thing I would say. The second thing I would say is go into Survivor yourself and have a look at all the menus, the sub-menus, and figure out what's going on. I'll give you a basic rundown for those of you that don't know. We have the silhouettes in the background here. If you hover over the X, you can invite some of your friends. If you click this, you will get a in-game menu that they've recently added, and you'll be able to add some of your friends, the online and the in-game. Just click the plus button, it will send them an invite, and then your friend will pop in here. Then you can run as a Survive with Friends group. Now, from top left to bottom left, we have the survivor section. This section is where all your survivors are going to be. I don't play survivor much with regard to killer, as we all know. I prefer killer, but I have got the majority of my teachables other than Steve Harrington, because personally, every time I see that dude in a game, I just want to maul the ever living shit out of him. Don't ask me why, I just do. Anyway, moving swiftly on. With all of these characters, they're all going to start with 3 basic perks each. They all have 3 unique perks. So starting from the base game, you're going to have Dwight, you're going to have Meg, you're going to have Claudette, you're going to have Jake, and you're going to have Nia and Ace. And if you download the Lullaby for the Dark, I believe it's either Feng Min you will get. No, it's David King for the Huntress DLC, which is free on the PlayStation Store. And you will also have Feng Min, which is the DLC for the Doctor. But because we're currently running on PS4, both of those DLCs are free. The Doctor is currently included, and the David King Huntress DLC is free on the store. The rest are all licensed or non-licensed DLC packs that you can obtain from the PlayStation Store. Firstly, let's start with Dwight. If you click Dwight and then you click D-pad right, it will tell you his teachables. His teachables, just like the killer, are as follows. You start with level 1 of every single one of these perks. So level 1 Unity, Prove Thyself, sorry, I swear it used to be called Unity, that's way back when on launch. You'll start with level 1 Bond, and you will start with level 1 Leader. So if you want to get these for another character, say for example you wanted to play as Jake but you wanted Bond on Jake, you need to level Dwight up through the blood web to unlock Bond. And if you look from left to right, if you imagine a level 30 under this one, a 35 under this one, and a 40 under this one, you will always know which order you're going to get them in. So just imagine that. They should add that there personally, I think, but yeah, maybe in a future update, I don't know. So once you get that, the orange perk will appear in the blood web of that killer, survivor rather. You will unlock that blood web icon, and that is a teachable unlocked. Then when you go to Jake, and you start leveling up Jake's blood web, there is a chance that Dwight's perks will appear because you've unlocked him as a teachable. So that's how you get a different survivor perk onto another survivor that you actually want to use. So the next thing that I would recommend doing as a new survivor, a new player to Dead by Daylight, is picking your character accordingly. So personally speaking, if you were a rank 20 to 15, I would recommend using Claudette. And there is many reasons for that. The first reason is her cosmetics. Now, Claudette is also known as the Blendette or the Invisidette. And basically, she has a very good selection of camouflage clothing that blend into almost any situation in a map. So you can just put on, I mean, if you go into the store, you can even buy a green shirt, which blends in very well with the grass, and you can buy some brown trousers, I believe they are. Yeah, I don't think I bought the brown trousers, because personally, as a high rank survivor and killer, I don't use Claudette. There's no need for it, she's too overpowered in my opinion. She needs a change, a big change. That's why whenever I run Claudette for a daily, I will always wear the brightest colours possible, just to make it easier on the killer, because it's not fair. But as a new player, when you're getting used to the game, by all means. And the second reason I would recommend using Claudette is for her Teachables. Now, her last Teachable at level 40 is Self-Care. Self-Care will allow you to equip this perk, and she comes with it stock, obviously. She will have level 1 Self-Care already unlocked. So if you want to be able to heal yourself without your team being able to heal you throughout the game, if you manage to get away from the killer, Claudette is the only one with that perk. That's the perk that you're going to want to start with. Once you've unlocked that and got Claudette to 40, then it will appear on every single character you level up. If you're lucky enough for it to appear in the blood web, obviously, because it's RNG, random number generation, with how the perks present themselves, unless you are that character. There is more chance of these 3 perks appearing on Claudette than there is for appearing on anybody else, so bear that in mind. It will come, but the more perks you get, the less chance you're going to get of getting the one you want, because there's more chance that they will pop up and this one won't. So get Self-Care as soon as you possibly can. Or bring in a med kit, but for a beginner I would say use Claudette and use Self-Care. So you're going to have 1 perk slot unlocked. I've got a shit ton of perk slots unlocked, obviously. But there's Self-Care there. There's Self-Care 3. So she will automatically come with that. So there's that too. So from the survivors, there's your choice of survivors. There's my personal beginner tips on which one to go for first. A lot of people are going to be surprised by this because they know my absolute detest for Claudette, but as I've said, I'm nothing if not fair, and personally I believe if you're a beginner, 20 to 15, there is nothing wrong with using a Claudette. There is nothing. It's when you rank 1 and you prestige 3 and you're completely bloody invisible at any point in the game, and then you're creeping around the damn map. That's what I don't like. So don't get it twisted, people. I'm not reneging, I'm not going back on what I've said previously. This is just my beginner tips. Moving on. Loadout. You got your loadout, you got your items, you got your add-ons, which will then power those items up. You got your offering, which is a one-time use per map, and then you got your perks, just like the killer. We have covered this in the killer tutorial video. It is pretty much the same thing. The only difference being is the items are different. So a toolbox will allow you to repair generators faster, or if they're equipped with a different add-on, you will be able to sabotage with a toolbox, which is what the cutting wire and the hacksaw add-ons are for. So now the toolbox isn't a repair toolbox, it is a sabotage toolbox, which means you can now take this toolbox and break the killer's hooks. If you break them in the correct way, the killer won't be able to hook a down survivor. But bear this in mind, the hooks will grow back. After a 2, I believe, or 3 minute, don't quote me on that, but it's either 2 or 3 minutes, the hook will regrow. So if you take it to 99% of the bar, before you drop it, and then when somebody picks somebody up and he's walking towards that hook, you can beat them there, drop the hook, and then they're gonna wiggle free. It's a given, they're gonna wiggle free. So that's toolboxes. Then you got the keys. There's a broken key, which is absolutely bloody useless. Don't even bother using it. There is no use for it at all. It is basically a meme, in my opinion, and it should be removed from the game. So don't ever use a broken key, and for the love of God, do not white ward a broken key. Yeah, don't. It does nothing. You can add add-ons to it so it can do aura reading, but you'll get given like 10 seconds if you're lucky. A purple or a red key, which I haven't currently got on Claudette because I don't use her. Let's see if we got one on somebody else. Will give you the ability to open the hatch in game. There we go, there's a red key. It will be 30 seconds worth of use, and it will tell you that it can be used to open black locks. Black locks are the hatch only, just the hatch. So if you're one of the last survivors and there's another teammate running around or hiding, and you find the hatch closed, you can use this key and press R1 and you will open the hatch and leave them in the dust, and you'll just jump out. You can even do it in front of the killer's face. Then we got maps, which will show you generators. It will give you bonus score in the objective category if you run around the map. Whenever you get close to somewhere, it will map it on the map, so then when you hold R2 to use the map later in the trial, anything you have ran by will be shown to you again. 20 seconds of use for a green. It does go pretty quick, but it also starts with one generator automatically unlocked, and you can power this up with add-ons as well to increase the range. The rainbow map is the best map, and it will track absolutely everything in the game. It will track generators, it will track totems, it will track everything. So yeah, that's maps. I'm only giving a basic rundown of the items. Medkit, pretty self-explanatory, used to heal yourself if you don't have self-care, or your team if you do. And then these are event offerings, they're firecrackers. Winter Party Starter is also a firecracker. And then we got flashlights as well, but we're going to do a separate video on flashlights because they're the most useful item in the game, in my opinion. So we'll do that at a later stage as well. Then we get into the blood web. So the blood web itself will be a web of items, just like the killer. You'll have add-ons, you'll have browns, greens, yellows, purples and reds across the board. You want to do your best to obtain your blood points, which is, again, this one up here. You get those by completing matches, getting your score, and then you spend it in the blood web, level your character up. Once you've hit rank 15, level 15 rather, not rank, you will unlock all perk slots so you can run 4 perks. That is basically the blood web. The entity will spawn and start eating some of the items in the blood web, but that will only occur after you reach level 10 and above on the blood web. So until you reach level 10, don't worry about the entity, but it does explain all this as you're leveling up. So have a quick read and you will understand the blood web pretty much. You can fight the entity and block it off as it's going. It's like a little mini game if you like, but sometimes it doesn't always work how you think it works. And then finally we have the customize, which is pretty self-explanatory in itself. Just got different cosmetics that you can swap and change if you've acquired them from the store, and everybody knows about the store. So if you don't know about the store, just click this button right here, and again, pretty self-explanatory. Icons top right. Right, let's cover this real quick. This one here, Auric Cells, those are paid for currency. You buy those off the store, and they will allow you to buy any cosmetic in the game, including DLC packs, characters, killers, and the like. Iridescent Shards. These are obtained over time. Every game you will get 600 experience points maximum towards your devotion level. Your devotion level is here. You can check it there. Every time you get a level up, it gives you a different variant. When you go higher up, you will get more iridescent shards. When you reach 100, it will reset back to 1, but you will get another number at the bottom there, if you can just see, on 52.6, and then your iridescent shards will start giving very little again until you level it up again. But it's infinite, so you can collect these. Iridescent shards are used for non-licensed cosmetics in the store, They can also be used for non-licensed killers and non-licensed survivors to buy them for free with playtime. This is your playtime currency basically. Then you got your rank, obviously the pip system. Every time you do well in a game you can get up to 2 pips. You need 4 pips from rank 16 to rank up, and then you will be 15, and so on and so forth. So that's basically all the items, everything you need to know about that. We are going to be going into a game, a couple of games more than likely, to show you different playstyles, different ways of doing things, and hopefully we're not going to die. But I'm going to be going in there with what you lot will have, which is no perks, no add-ons, no offerings, nothing. Just a stock character at roughly the lowest rank possible, because rank resets happened about 2 days ago, I think it was. Rank reset happens the 13th of every month, I believe it is. Either 12th or the 13th, one of the two. So we've hit rank reset. We're pretty low level. So yeah, we're going to be going to the survivor lobby currently, and I will tell you a bit more with regard to tips and tricks and things to look out for when we get there. Okay, right, I'll see you in the game. Right, so we have found a lobby, and now quickly before the timer reaches 0, I want to tell you a couple of quick things to note. Firstly, if you look bottom left at this indicator down here, that's the latency indicator. If you hover over it, it will tell you the current MS. Always look at that and don't go into anything above 140, because the killer will be able to hit you and lag about the map. Don't accept those games, back out and go somewhere else. It looks like David King had a bit of latency issue there, or he had something better to do and he's ducked. We're going to stick around because we have 80 MS. That's green for us, so we're going to pretty much be okay. All the hits should basically connect as they should. The killer shouldn't be able to lag us out much, unless of course they have a network spike and the like. Dedicated servers aren't in on PS4 just yet, but they are coming. But currently there is a lot of issues with dedicated servers, so don't anticipate them too much. Another thing you want to look out for in the lobby is the ranks of your team. It will matchmake with the highest rank possible. If you go into a ranked game like this and somebody is a rank 10 and then your team is a 20 and you're an 18 for example, don't run that game, because odds are you're going to get a rank 10 killer and they're just going to absolutely annihilate you. Run with all the same ranks as close as possible as you can. If it means ducking and dodging the lobby, my god, I'm stuttering. If it means dodging the lobby, press circle, press X, find another lobby. Because you're not going to have a good time if the killer is way above your rank and the matchmaking has pretty much gone wrong. Here's the offering screen. So if you hover over these when they're booting in, it will tell you what they do. We had a 1 survivor offering and we had 1 killer offering there. Those are those one-time use things that I was mentioning earlier. And if you read the bottom text when the game's loading, if you haven't played previously, it will currently give you a tip for a few games of what killer you're against. If it's a killer you haven't versed before, it will tell you at the bottom usually, and it will say versing the Demogorgon, versing the Ghostface, versing Michael Myers or the Shape, whatever you want to call him, and it will give you a basic rundown of who you're running against, but that won't last forever, so always read those tooltips at the bottom to figure out who you're going up against. I won't be told because I'm not a new player, but you will, so pay attention to that. If a survivor or a killer disconnects during this loading screen, the match will be cancelled and you will be sent back to the lobby menu. Any offerings, add-ons or items you have put on will be saved, however, so just wait it out. Don't quit yourself and think the game's frozen, just wait. Right, now, so we're in the game. We're on the suffocation pit, and the first thing we want to be doing as a survivor is not running to prevent scratch marks as a new player. Again, as I've said, this is going to be a guide for rank 20s to 15s, so you don't want to be running because you're going to get spotted by the killer. So do your damnedest to try and stay out of the way and find a generator that you can repair. So I can see there's a couple of people over here doing a gen. So the best thing you want to do is stick with your team, ideally, because the generators go up faster and you get extra score. So we're going to be facing a first skill check of the game currently. Now, that noise is a Q noise. You will hear it every time a skill check is going to pop up. You have a normal skill check and a great skill check. A great skill check rewards you with 150 blood points per time you get it and rewards bonus progress on the generator. If you look there on that part of the screen where I've just pointed to, it gave us co-op actions and it gave us repair action. You only get the cooperative action if you are doing something with a teammate, and it is bonus score. So we're going to be running now because they're running, and if they're running, that means they're leaving scratch marks. I don't want to be walking where my team is running. So I'm just going to sit down here a second because I can hear the terror radius of the killer quite close, and I don't want to be the first one spotted ideally if I can help it. So we're going to be hiding. We're playing immersed. This is an immersed game I'm going to be showing you, trying to avoid the killer at all costs. We probably will end up going in a chase, but actually that doesn't sound right. That sounds like the killer is AFK, meaning the terror radius isn't moving. So if I go and walk around this corner, I should see the killer somewhere standing still. Wait a second. That was Tinkerer. Right, Tinkerer is a perk that when a generator is about to pop... There we go, look, there's the killer. When a generator is about to pop, the killer will lose his terror radius. So we knew we were quite close to him because that generator started to pop and the terror radius instantly disappeared. So this killer here is not currently here. So we can stand and we can look, hello, and we can say hello to Billy. He doesn't care. Oh, there we go. Apparently he is there. So now that's made me worry a bit, because what that's now told me is that he was AFK and he's either waiting for a perk called No One Escapes Death or he's trying to farm score. So I just ran away. He's got a notification telling him that somebody over there is doing a gen, or over there is doing a gen. So it was there. He went the wrong way. So it looks to me like he was either AFK or he's waiting for a perk called No One Escapes Death. If he's waiting for a perk called No One Escapes Death, we need to take out every single dull totem on the map, and there are currently 5. In each game there will be 5 dull totems. If a killer is sat there AFKing and waiting for the gens to pop, he's probably waiting so he can one-shot everybody at the exit, which is what No One Escapes Death does. So everybody else will gen rush him and get all the gens popped, and then right at the end of the game the killer will actually start trying, and then he'll smack somebody with his normal hit, not with his power, and he will instantly down you, and then hook you, and then more than likely camp you. So bear that in mind. Go and look for some dull totems. We're going to try and look for some dull totems ourselves to try and prevent the no-head. They spawn randomly across the map. There was a recent update that made them hide better. There's a brilliant new spot. Look, that is brilliant. So if that was a hex, you would know the difference, because this would be... It would have like a flame in the middle of it and start burning. If you use good headphones you can hear it. And a lit totem, when broken, will give 1500 blood points. And a dull totem will give 1000 blood points. There's the killer. Look, he's chasing somebody currently. Right, so we don't want to be dealing with that. We want to be looking for all the dull totems on the map, because I get the sneaking suspicion that this is a no-head gamer. Right, so he's over there, so we're going to run down here. So count them out, that's 1 dull totem down. And this takes a while to find them all, but I know roughly where the majority spawn. So there's 2, incoming killer. Yeah, he's not hitting her. He's either doing a daily or he's waiting for no-head. I don't know what he's doing at the moment, actually. This is a very strange game. This is one of those rare occasions where you can't actually suss out what the killer is thinking, but it looks to me like he's going for no-head. So I've got 2, I need 3 more left before the last generator is popped. Otherwise we're probably all going to be one shot. So I need to get a move on. I don't think the other survivors know this because they're pretty low in rank and they're just gen rushing him. I haven't even touched a gen apart from one yet, so this may end up pretty tasty, in all honesty. They're doing the gen. I'm going to try and call them off the gen. Come here, get off the gen. Come on, don't do it. I'm going to show them the totems. I want them to get the totems. Right, see this? Get these. Get those. Yes, get them. We got 3 left. Get it. Destroy it. Don't do the gen. There you go. Right, let's see if they figure out what the killer is doing, shall we? Right, so that's 3. We got 2 more left. There's another one. Killer's on the way back. I've got 1 more to find. Right, so we got 2 down, bottom right. We got 1, 2, 3 top left. So the other one may be far top right over in that area of the map. May even be by the logs, because I don't think I had a look by the logs. Let's have a look. It's probably not Noed. He's probably got a daily for chasing survivors and he's just not going to bother hitting them. But if I don't get that last totem, we'll soon find out. Right, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to open this exit gate because I don't trust that all those totems have been got. Oh crap. He opened the gate. He missed. He went into the wall. And I believe he missed again. I dropped that pallet there like a bit of a pleb in case he did have no head. He doesn't look that quick, to be honest. It was a bit close, Meg. Oh dear. Yeah, there's no head. Right, so if he had no one escapes death, when he hit her there, she would have been an insta-down. It doesn't look like he's trying to hook her, because he's not going to get her to a hook if he picks her back up again now. He had 16 seconds and he hit another survivor, so I'm going to force him to hit me now too. No, he's not even trying, look. That was a very bad example of a game, wasn't it? Hello. No. Bad Billy. Right, okay. So, I don't know what the hell that game was, but that's one of the things that can happen in a Dead by Daylight game. He may have even been doing a daily, as I say, for chasing people or chainsawing people. But yeah, this is the score screen that we'll go through real quick. So we'll just freeze it on this screen. Your objective category is your generators and your exit gates. So any points that you get for doing generators will go into this. This category maxes out at 8,000. This category also maxes out at 8,000. So does this one and this one. Altruism obviously is your team. So cooperative action. Cooperative action I think is actually counted as objective. Altruism is like healing your team, unhooking your teammates from hooks, taking protection shots, so if your friend is injured running away and you jump in the way at full health and save your friend from being downed, that will give you a protection score which will go into the altruism category. And then boldness is how bold you are, which again is chasing and running around, being completely brazen, banging in and out of lockers, just basically being bold towards the killer. Not hiding, you know, things like that. Breaking totems, doing generators while the killer's there, in and out of a chase. Survival again is also opening exit gates and escaping through the hatch and all of those things. So when you get bonus, blood point offerings, and it says bonus in the so-and-so category. In the Altruism category, for example, anything you perform in that category will get a bonus blood point yield towards it. So that's the categories. So you can get 32,000 blood points max if you get 8,000 in every single category per game. That's the max score you can get per game. And you will get informed on the top left of the screen down here when the category is maxed with a little notification noise, and it will also show you the circle around that category as being completely filled up. This is the rank guide. So because we didn't have many interactions and we didn't do many generators, this will show us how to rank up. So 17 generator repair points, 22 for totem cleansing, and 1 killer diversion. So basically, Lightbringer is how quickly we participate in generator completion. So if you want to get iridescent on that, which is the highest possible, each shield, each gift here can be red, maximum of up to red. If you see at the bottom there, we got 100% escaped unbroken, meaning that we got out of the game without getting hit once. So that's the best we can get in that one. Then we got this one, which is Benevolence. That's altruistic actions again, how much you was involved in helping your team. And then the last one down here is the Evasion, so escaping the killer, beating chases, getting bonus points for stealth, and it tells you everything all over the bottom. So if you get red in that one, red in that one, red in that one, and red in that one, you will get double pip, which means you will get 2 pips towards your rank. We ended up with 1 there, and if we wanted another one, we needed to do more in the Benevolence, more in Lightbringer, and more in the Evader to get the double. So then that would give us 2 pips towards our next rank. You can also get no pip, which is about here, but it's called a safety pip or a black pip, dependent on what you want to call it. That means that your rank will not go in the minus, it will not de-rank you for being, you know, having a bad game. It will safety pip you, which will keep you at the same rank. It won't give you a pip, it won't make you lose a pip. And this screen here, if we look there, we got match XP 540, first daily survivor, and an emblem bonus. So basically what this means, this is your Iridescent Shards and your Devotion rank. As I said to you, you can get 600 points max for a 10-minute game. You can also get bonus XP for your emblem rating. So the highest you can get is 4 iridescent emblems, which I just showed you previously, which is this system. You get 4 iridescents in there, you'll get more points in this. And then every time you run your first survivor match of the day, you will get a bonus 300 XP, sorry, on top of the whatever you've got. And every time you run your first killer match of the day, you will also get another 300 points. So it always plays to play at least one game of both. And then on the last screen here, we can see that the killer had Tinkerer, Enduring, and Sloppy Butcher as their perks. And then the add-ons was the chainsaw file and the spark plug. So you can also read what perks your teammates had, and you can have a look there. I was running with nothing at all, and my team was running with pretty much everything. But yeah, everybody, as I said about the rank look, 16, 16, 15, 16. That's what you want per game. You always want to get for that. So I don't know what this guy was doing. I expected Noed, but there was no Noed, so maybe he was just going for a daily. I have no idea. Right, now we're going to go into another game, and we're going to try and get as many chases as we possibly can and show you some chase playstyles instead of immersed playstyles. And we're back with another game. We're in a lobby. We managed to find one that was green across the board, so we got green latency. The ranks are pretty much uniform across the board. That took us about between 5 and 7 minutes. Perpetually backing out, reloading the lobby, backing out, reloading the lobby. And we will see what this game offers. This time, though, this is going to be a chase game. So at the start of the game, I'm going to be playing a completely different play style. I'm going to be making loud noises. I'm going to be banging to draw the killer's attention to me only. and I'm going to be seeing how long I can keep the killer distracted while my team focuses the generators. That can go wrong pretty quick, especially if the killer gets a bit annoyed by how long it's taken to down somebody, or if the killer is new. They do tend to face camp a bit, which means just standing on the hook and staring at you until you die, preventing your team getting you off the hook. That's quite rife at the start of the game because people don't know how to play, so excuse it at those ranks if you possibly can. It does get better when you rank up, so just keep playing and eventually it will get less and less until you hit red ranks, and then it just starts all over again. Red ranks are the highest rank in the game, and they will tend to camp, they will tend to tunnel, especially on PS4 I've noticed. It is absolutely ridiculous. They don't let you heal, they just come straight for you and don't move from the hook. So, we got the Groaning Storehouse, we spawned with our teammates, which would be a good thing, usually, but there's all 4 of us here, so they're going to go and do the gen, I'm going to go and run away. And I'm going to try and draw the killer to me by running, making loud banging noises completely away from my team so he doesn't go for them. So I'm going to make my way over to the shack and I'm going to jump through the window a few times, which will alert the killer to where I am. So here we go, we're going to jump, and there's Myers standing over at the background there, coming in for us right now. So what we're going to do with Myers is we're going to try and keep our distance away from him as much as we possibly can. Prevent him from stalking. Hello, boy. Making sure he always sees where we are, but without staring at us, which will prevent him from being able to tear up, using his power, and coming at us with a one-shot. So that's what we're going to be doing, or trying to do. We're going to be trying to make him take as long as we possibly can, so he can't tear up. Oh, crap. And then we can run in here, hide, and then run back out. There we go. Fake the window, so he lunges at it, run straight through, pretend the window again. Oh, never mind. Right, I'm going to fake that, now I'm going to drop that on his head, just for an extra 1,000 points and give me a chance to get away. That was the God Pallet, so bear in mind that a lot of people will get offended if you tend to do that to them, if you waste that pallet right at the start of the game. But I don't consider it a waste if I actually hit the guy with it. So they've got 2 generators, that's a good shout for one chase. Oh, Christ. Yeah, I was trying to do a 360 move there and I got downed. I'm not very good with the survivor chasing on my first hook because I don't know what the killer's like. So, yeah, he's going to be able to tear up now, but we did manage to get 2 generators done while distracting him, and that's all it's about, is how much time you can spend before you go down while your team does the rest. So we've now got 2 generators done. We've got a guy going through the basement, if you look, he's running up the stairs now. The killer, if you can see, the guy that's crouching in the middle, he's just run above his head. He's just ran the killer onto his teammate, but I think the killer's going to ignore him and try and down the injured guy. This guy's going to come and help me. There we go. And if you look bottom left there, those tentacle looking things that are flickering, that's letting you know that the obsession in the game is being chased by the killer. So we're going to let Bill heal us. And if you look bottom right, there is an icon there, it looks like a lantern, a red lantern. That means the killer is using a perk called Dying Light. For every time the killer hooks somebody that isn't the obsession gets a 33% buff to healing speed and altruistic actions, so unhooking and the like. And for every time he hooks somebody that isn't the obsession, we get slowed down. Any action we do, action speed or otherwise, we will get slowed down. I've got to be really careful now with regard to going in for this rescue, because he's put him in the basement. So, oh shit, he's not camping. Fair play to the guy, he's not camping, but he has got a tier 3 ready, which means he could stare at us and one-shot us straight the way down. We don't want that, ideally. So we're going to drop that down, give us a bit of movement, and then try and mind game the pallet if he's not going to break it. No, he broke it, alright. Where did he go? He's still coming. He's still coming. So right, keeping the killer running, trying to keep breaking line of sight. running all the way around the map while constantly looking for pallets and more things to look for. He's still coming. Alright, so we're going to jump through the window. He slashed through the pallet there, so he's going to the left. There we go. He's doubling back again. There we go. So we're going to go back to the pallet now. And we're going to pretend to go for the pallet stun. I thought he was going to swing through that, never mind. We're going to use the window again. We're going to fake this way. And then we're going to go this way. Oh shit, never mind. Yeah, keep faking it, keep faking it, keep faking it. Right, no worries. We're going to try and keep out of his line of sight because I don't want him to stare at me from miles to get a one shot. He's going to swing. No, he's not. He's going to respect. Alright, he respected the pallet. We're going to keep running all the way around. He's going to double back. Oh shit, I got stuck. Oh, never mind. He could have got me there. Right, we're going to go for one more and then we're going to drop. There we go. Now he's going to break it. And now he's in tier 3. So now he's going to be 10 times quicker and able to knock us down instantly. So what we want to do, ideally, is get as far away as possible. So we're going to go over here. We're going to come down this way. And we're going to go back this way. And there is a time limit on that tier 3. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and keep him running as long as we possibly can while our team gets the generators done. Keep him on us all the time, looking behind us, seeing where he's coming from, trying to prevent him getting that tier 3 on us. There's a pallet to our right. We'll drop it. There we go. He's going to break it. We're going to carry on running. That tier 3 should be running out any time now unless he's got add-ons on to speed it up. There we go. Is he going to cut this off? No. There we go. Tier 3's run out. I'm going to spin. There we go. And then we're going to spin again. And then we're going to go this way. And then we're going to see the red light on our back. And we're going to spin again. There we go. And then we're going to fake another spin backwards. And he hit it. Damn. That was too much there. So we're going to go for this window. He's coming out the window. So we're going to carry on around. We're going to go for the pallet. We're going to see if he respects. He respected. Right. Oh shit. Damn. Right, see we've got one gen left now. And this is only our second hook. So if our team can get that done, and then they can get us off the hook, we should be okay. We've got one guy there, and we've got one guy doing that gen. He should be about ready to get his tier 3 as well. We have got a pallet over this end. Oh, he's coming right for us. Alright, he's coming that way. We need to go this way. Move, bro. Right, okay. Cheers, mate. Thank you. You gonna give me a heal? Heal, bro. No, not the locker, dude. Heal. Thank you. Right, so that was a bit longer of a chase, and those are a few techniques you can do. He is coming right for us. Can we get that heal? We can get that heal. Straight out the window. Nice. So who's he going for? Is he going for me? No, he's not. He's going for the obsession. Right, this is brilliant. So now I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to let that guy hang up a bit. And I'm going to do a bit of a gen. Because you have 3 stages to a hook. You have the first hook, which is currently on. And I think for 60 seconds, which is half of the hook bar, if you look bottom left, they can hang there until they reach stage 2, which is all time for the survivors to do generators, which is basically what the entire game's about, is doing generators, preserving the hook stages for time, keeping the killer running while somebody else does generators. But I don't know what's going to happen when we pop this gen. I don't know whether it's going to be no one escapes death. I don't know whether it's going to be any sort of overpowered perk for us when we've got nothing. So we're going to see where Michael's going. We're going to pop this. So the exit gates are powered. We're going to see where the exit gates are. There's one. There's another one. Right, okay. So now let's see what Michael does. Usually people at this stage will camp the hook. So if we have a quick little look around the side there, yeah, he's camping him. Right, so we're going to open a gate for the other two members in case the guy's got no head. Because I'm dead on hook. If I get hooked again, I'm going to die. They've gone for the save. Hopefully he's got borrowed time. Which means that if the killer is in the proximity of the hook and a survivor saves within the terror radius, they will get an extra hit. That's what that orange bar at the bottom left there means. I'm going to open this gate completely and I'm going to try and save that guy, but I don't think we're going to be able... There we go. Body block your friend. Don't let the killer hit him. And good game. There we go, mate. Good game. Thank you. You're a good killer, mate. You didn't camp at the start. Fair play to you. Here, have my kill. Come on, dude. Mikey. Mikey, come. Mikey gets the kill for being a good sport. Here we go, Mikey. Mikey, where'd you go, boy? Wait. Oh, dear. Yeah, that can happen too. See, I was trying to be nice there and give Michael the kill because he was a good sport. He didn't camp. He was playing to the best of his ability from what it looked like. He was playing fair. It was a really fun game. I was going to give him the kill for a few extra blood points for himself, but for some reason he quit the game. So now that entire game he has just lost every single blood point he just spent getting on that game. Some would call that salt, some would call that rage, some would call that internet connection issues. It depends really. It wasn't really fair that I was up against that killer, but that's what rank reset is. If that killer was new, then I shouldn't have been with him, but that's what happens on rank reset. So if the killer quits, you get barely any score. Sometimes you even lose all your score, but as we can see here, 0 score for the killer. And I ended up with 12,000 for some reason. Probably because I was being chased for the majority of the game. As I said, it's a completely different playstyle. It is, in my opinion, the more fun playstyle if you can do it. I technically shouldn't have gone down at all there, but he bested me on a couple of occasions, so fair play to him. When you are constantly being chased all the way through the game, you will get a lot less score than your team because you won't get no cooperative score, you won't get no generator score. All you will be getting is 8,000 in the killer interaction category. So if I can show you that here. There we go, look. There's the killer interaction category, the boldness category. We maxed out on that one, but because we didn't have any interaction with our team, we had no survival stuff, so to speak of. And we had hardly any generators apart from the very last one that we did. So yeah, just bear that in mind, people. If you want to spend the entire game doing chases like I just did there, you will get less, but if you mash it up and you end up losing the killer halfway through, yeah, you can actually chuck generators in there as well. So if you get both, it's a good way to get yourself at least 20 to 30,000 blood points. This was the guy that kept healing me, so fair play to you, mate. Thank you for that. Killer mate, I am really sorry that you felt the need to quit there. He had Dying Light 2, he had Deerstalker 3, he had Distressing 3, and he had Barbecue and Chili 3. So in my opinion there, he's leveled up a Leatherface and got his Teachable, or he's purchased it off the shrine for aura reading and bonus blood points. So it doesn't seem that low to me with regard to those perks, but again, it could be. You never know. It depends on when Barbecue was last on the shrine, I don't recall. He had no add-ons, he had no offering. None of us lot had any either. So yeah, that's what happens though when you're just doing a complete chase game. So, to tie up then, people, your basic objective as Survivor is to survive by any means necessary. If you can run the killer like that last game, by all means run the killer, take the heat off your friends. If you know the loops, by all means go for the loops. If you want to play immersed, play immersed. It's entirely up to you, but Try and keep the toxicity to a minimum, because it is quite bad already within the Dead by Daylight community of how many people get angry, how many people have their own opinions on, you know, how things should be done. As I say, play how you like, it's only a game. Hopefully that gave you a bit of insight if you are completely fresh to Survivor, and a few things you can do, and the base objective of the game, either being the guy that's providing your team with the time to do the generators, or being the one helping your team doing the generators and hiding all the way through the game and not getting spotted. It depends on what you want to do. So I will say farewell for now, and I do sincerely hope this has helped a few of you. If it has, please let me know, leave a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and stay tuned for future videos with regard to Dead by Daylight. We will be continuing the series of tutorials by going through all the different killers singularly in their own video, covering every single power, every single killer, and how to use them accordingly. So yeah, I hope you all stick around for that, and yeah, thanks a lot, peeps. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers. Ta-da.
あの日僕の心は